Hey everyone, this is Elena, and today I'm back with another card, this time using the Jars of Love Stampin' Up bundle along with the MISTI. So let's get started. First I die cut a bunch of images, die cuts, not stamped, and then I did a negative. So I'm positioning that in my MISTI, and I'm stamping first the two flowers that are together using Peekaboo Pitch new in color ink, and then I'm positioning the negative so the stamped images are perfectly centered in that those slots. And then I'm just sliding in the die cuts in there, and I'm stamping with closing the door of the MISTI. So I'm stamping a bunch of those so I have for future use. So that's one of the good things about the MISTI. You can mass produce very easily. So next I'm going with the second step, and I'll be using the Tangerine Tango. First I tried with the pumpkin pie, but it didn't really work, so I'm using Tangerine Tango to stamp the second layer. So I'm positioning again on top of the stamped images, and then I'm sliding in, securing that negative, and then I'm stamping again a bunch of those. The next step will be to stamp the larger flower, and I'm using the Blushing Bride ink pad for that. So I'm doing pretty much repeating the same process. I'm stamping that and positioning the negative, and after that I'm just sliding the new unstamped die cut in the slot over and over again. So next I'm going with the second step, and I'm positioning that and picking up with the lid of the MISTI, and I'm using the Flirty Flamingo, again new in color, to stamp that second step. And you will notice that I'm not stamping those little kind of sprinkles on top of that flower that you will notice in the final card on my blog. I kind of forgot those, but when I did one image after that, it looked kind of nicer than just like this plain, kind of look a little bit naked. So next I'll be stamping the littlest flower. I'm using Soft Sky ink, and I'm stamping twice to get a little bit darker color. I think that my ink pad is kind of low on ink, so I'll need to re-ink that so I have more saturated color. So, and next I'll stamp like this little flower, and the leaves and the branch don't have a second step, so I'm just using the first step. So I'm first trying with the Wild Wasabi ink, and that didn't look very bright to me. Well, not bright, but dark. I really wanted like darker green. So I'm going with the Garden Green ink pad, and I'm stamping all of those smaller leaves. So last but not the least, I'm stamping this larger branch or leaf, and I'm using the Pear Pizzazz. So I'm stamping that, and I'm positioning the negative, the die cut negative on top of it, and again I'm stamping this twice to get like more saturated color. So I'm again stamping a bunch of those for future use. As well, on my blog I'll have another card that I made using the same die cut, the same stamped images that I'm stamping right here. So there is a link here to head on my blog and check that out. So I have my card base now, and I have this little piece of cut under diagonally of Sahara Scent ink pad, and I'm picking up a sentiment from the same stamp set saying throw kindness around like it's confetti. Then using the MISTI, this time I'm using the regular size, and I'm just sliding that piece of cardstock onto the corner, and I'm positioning the sentiment, and then using the basic black archiver's ink, I'm stamping that twice so I get like more darker or more saturated black color. So next I'll slide in the same corner the card base, the Whisper White Thick cardstock base, and make sure that that's all the way in the corner, and then I'm I'm adhering that little layer, kind of using that corner as a guide to line up perfectly onto my card base. Then when I turn that layer around, like over it, kind of the ink wasn't dried, so it left a little bit black mark onto my card, so I'm using Mono Scent eraser to remove that. So the next step is to position all the elements where I want them to be. So you can see that process, how I do, like how I move things around and see what works for me, what it doesn't. And just trimming those branches and leaves to be shorter so they fit nicely under the images and you don't see all those overlaps. So, and then I'm using these little sprinkles from Sweet Cupcake inkpad stamp set, and I'm using Pure Pizzazz and Crushed Curry inks to stamp around to add a little bit more interest to my card. And then I'm again arranging my elements and I'm starting to adhere them. So first I'm going with those little branches, and then I'll pop the larger flowers onto dimensionals to add a little bit more dimension. You will notice here in the middle I'm adhering this orange flower, the Peekaboo Peach flower, and at the end I'll remove that because I didn't really like it. So then I'm arranging the rest of the elements, which I want to be under, which I want to be on top, and the leaves, and kind of trimming what it needs to be trimmed. So, and then after I arrange them all, I'll start adhering them. And to adhere them, you can use either the detailed adhesive from Stampin' Up, or you can use the Mono liquid multi-purpose adhesive that I'm using here. That's actually one of my favorite adhesives, so that's what I'm using. So we are almost towards the end here of adhering all these elements. And then I decided to add 2 more flowers, those little soft sky flowers. So those I decided to add at the last moment. Next I'm just folding my card and positioning some, using some sequins to add a little bit more sparkle to my card. And as well I'll add some beads as well. They're little tiny and add little tiny bits of sparkle. As well at the end you will notice at the final card, the close-up, that I have used some of that detailed glue that's similar like Crystal Effects but a little bit more thinner, to add to the larger flowers, and Wink of Stella, the glitter pen, the clear glitter pen, to add some shimmer onto the other flowers. So next I'll be adhering the sequins and the beads using the detail adhesive. And you notice that I already pulled that flower from the center off, and then at the end I'll just move those larger flowers close to each other so you don't see that those branches in the middle. So I think we're pretty much done here with adhering all these little elements. So I just moved those, and I'm kind of trying to add some, to see if I can add something else, but it didn't really work out for me, so I'm just removing those and leaving it as is. I'll just move the top flower a little bit down and we're done. So thanks for watching, and see you soon with another video. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and my blog to keep up with all the updates. Thanks for watching. Bye!